Hey, well, thank you again for joining us here on Thursday. Um, if you've been with us all week, you know we've been talking about grief and mourning, and you'll know that I've said two things now, twice each, I guess, but that bears saying one more time. Um, I We're doing this all on Monday. I don't know what Thursday looks like. I don't know what new has come out. I don't know what ways of expressing grief have come forward. Um, but I hope you found ways as the week has gone on to take the feelings that you had on Sunday and the feelings you had on Monday and just found positive spaces, that you found people to talk to, that you've been able to comfort others, that as a province, as a country, as a community, that we found new ways to express grief in the middle of a pandemic. Also, it's been worth saying I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist, not a physician of any kind. I'm not medically trained, and I'm not psychology. I don't have a PhD in psychology. That I'm a minister who gets to walk people through grief sometimes, and and as we walk through this period of grief, there are just some passages and principles from Scripture that I just thought were valuable to pass along. And it's this one that I wanted to talk about today. That is the one that we're tempted to jump to immediately, but I deliberately held off until now. And it's the passage that we find in Revelation, where so much tragedy and so much destruction have have happened around people, and it all seems to be coming to a conclusion. And and the conclusion is that God begins to dwell with people, and that a new heaven and a new earth is created. And then a passage that I think I make use of out of every or almost every memorial service or funeral that I have an opportunity to do, every graveside, and it's that, and then God will wipe every tear from their eye. So there's no more sickness and no more sorrow and no more death. And in the moment right now, where there is so much sickness around us, and so much sorrow, and so much death, it sounds fantastical, unimaginable, that there could be a period at some point where all of those things seem to go away. But that's the promise. But the promise to me is not that these things magically disappear, that sorrow just poofs away, or sickness just poofs away, and death just poofs away. The promise that I find comforting is that poetic image of God wiping our tears away. Because it means we've cried them in the presence of God. We've wept. We've mourned. We've expressed our loss and our sadness. We've not tried to paint a happy face on it. We've not tried to look onto the bright side. We've not dusted ourselves and simply said, well, now it's all behind us. But like a parent with a child who gathers them up, hears and experiences their sadness, sees their tears, wipes them away, and says, I'm here now. It's over now. Things are going to be better now. I don't know when that is, in an ultimate sense, when every tear that ever is cried is wiped away. I have no idea. The church has been waiting for 2,000 years. We may wait for 2,000 more. I don't know. But I do know that God is offering that comfort now. One of the things that I get to say is that in our weakness that God offers his strength, and our sorrow God offers his comfort. And I know that's true today. I know that's true today. It strengthens me. It gives me comfort to know that God is tender, in the moments of sorrow. Not angry, not belligerent, not condescending. That when John, when the author of Revelations, wanted to find a word picture for what he was seeing and experiencing, it was tenderness. When we mourn, we can feel like the world is falling apart and there's nothing we can do about it, and that we are all alone in it, and it can feel that way. But this is a reminder that you're not, and that your suffering is not ignored, it's not unseen, it is accounted for, it's cared about. And one day those tears will be wiped away. And right now, I think God is placing people in your life and in my life who will wipe tears temporarily away, because we'll pray new ones. But one day, they will be finally wiped away. And it'll be the end of sorrow, and the end of sickness, and the end of death. I'm grateful for a God who loves us so much that that's the promise, that that's the care. Well, that's what we wanted to talk about today. I hope these things have been helpful. I hope as the week has gone by, you have found ways to express your sadness and your sorrow. I hope you found moments of comfort. And as always, if you're not quite ready yet, that's okay too. I mean, we've talked about these things a little bit each week, but you could still be in stage one or square one. And you can be there for as long as you need to be there. There is no rush. So stay safe. God bless. We'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday.